You will not believe the chaos that just unfolded on the very first Monday Night Raw of the year. A promise was shattered, a perfectly timed ambush shook the arena, and the shocking return of one superstar may have permanently altered the future of WWE. If you thought last week's drama was intense, what happened tonight takes things to an entirely different level. Before we dive deeper, make sure you drop everything, hit that subscribe button, and smash the notification bell so you don't miss the moments everyone will be talking about for years. The first Raw of the year came in with huge expectations and the promise of all-out war. The main event delivered exactly that, as CM Punk stepped into the spotlight to defend his World Heavyweight Championship against the powerhouse Bron Breakker. The match itself was brutal, fast-paced, and filled with near falls that had the entire WWE universe on edge. But as explosive as the championship clash was, the real story didn't begin until after the final bell rang. Because behind the celebration, a promise was quietly being put to the ultimate test. Roman Reigns and the Usos had made it clear earlier in the night that they would have CM Punk's back against the dangerous faction known as the Vision. It sounded solid on paper. It sounded like protection. But anyone who has followed the Vision knows one thing: they don't fight fair, and they never attack head-on when strategy can break their enemies first. Led by the ever-calculating Paul Heyman, the Vision came prepared for a war of numbers and endurance. The question wasn't if the Bloodline could fight. The question was how long they could survive against a coordinated assault from Bron Breakker, Austin Theory, Bronson Reed, and the rest of their allies lurking in the shadows. The answer came quickly and brutally. CM Punk had just barely escaped with his championship, surviving Breakker by the narrowest margin. The champion was still catching his breath, soaking in the moment, when suddenly the arena atmosphere shifted. The Vision's music blasted through the speakers, and the mood instantly turned from celebration to danger. But the faction didn't strike Punk first. In a cold and calculated move, they targeted the ringside area where Roman Reigns and the Usos were standing guard. What started as a tense 3-on-3 confrontation exploded into complete chaos when more members of the Vision stormed in from the crowd, turning the situation into a numbers game the Bloodline simply could not control. Roman Reigns and the Usos fought with everything they had. Punches flew. Bodies collided. For a moment, it looked like experience and toughness might hold the line. But the numbers kept growing, and in WWE, numbers eventually take over. One by one, the Bloodline was overwhelmed. Paul Heyman watched from ringside with a chilling smirk as Bron Breakker trapped Roman Reigns in a punishing submission hold. At the same time, Austin Theory and Bronson Reed unleashed a vicious assault on the Usos, leaving them laid out and helpless. CM Punk tried to rush in and even the odds, but officials swarmed the champion and physically held him back, creating a wall between Punk and the chaos unfolding just feet away. The promise had been broken. The Bloodline was down. And it looked like the Vision was moments away from delivering the final, devastating blow. Bron Breakker slowly lifted a steel chair high above the defenseless Roman Reigns. The arena held its breath. The moment felt inevitable. Then everything changed. A single sound blasted through the arena, the unmistakable opening of Visionary. For a split second, the entire building froze. Shock turned into pure, deafening eruption as the crowd realized exactly who was coming. Seth freaking Rollins burst onto the stage like a man possessed. What followed was absolute chaos. Rollins sprinted down the ramp with explosive intensity, sliding into the ring and instantly shifting the momentum. He blasted Austin Theory with a crushing knee strike, rocked Bronson Reed with a perfectly timed superkick, and then launched himself straight at Bron Breakker, breaking the submission hold on Roman Reigns in one breathtaking sequence. In a matter of seconds, the entire balance of power had changed. Rollins stood tall, breathing hard, positioned directly between the fallen tribal chief and the invading force of the Vision. It was a moment no one saw coming, unpredictable, electric, and filled with massive implications for the road ahead. Now the biggest question in WWE is impossible to ignore. Can CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins truly exist on the same side? Is this the beginning of a dangerous new mega-alliance, or just a fragile truce before an even bigger explosion tears everything apart? One thing is certain, the first Raw of the year didn't just deliver drama. It ignited a three-way war for the very soul of WWE. If you don't want to miss what happens next week, make sure you subscribe right now, turn on notifications, and drop your prediction in the comments. Will this alliance survive, or is an even bigger betrayal already on the horizon?